Welcome back to another class on Halacha for women. We are continuing in the sefer called Otzar Danim. In Perek Hey, Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shuta continues with the halachot of Birkot HaShachar. Isha sheshachacha levarech Birkot HaShachar. If a woman forgot to say the morning blessings, v'hitpalala amidah shel shacharit, and she prayed the Shemona Esrei of Shacharit, Lo tevarech od birkat Elohai neshama. She is no longer allowed to go ahead and say the blessing of Elohai neshama. Aval, however, yeter berechot hashachar tevarech. But the other blessings she's allowed to bless. Kolel birkot Torah, including the blessing of the Torah. Me'achar she'en ha'isha mivarechet birkat ahavat olam lefnei kriat shema. Since a woman doesn't bless the blessings of Ahavat Olam before Kriyat Shema, so we're going to obligate her to say the blessings of Torah. Now, just needs a little bit of explanation. We know, we know that one of the brachot that we say in the morning after Asher Yatzar is Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi. When you conclude that blessing, it says, Baruch Ata Hashem HaMachazir Neshamot Levgerim Meitim. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he revives the Neshamot. If you pay close attention, in Shemona Esrei we say, also you have another blessing that speaks about the revival of the dead. It's V'ne'eman ata lehachayot meitim, Baruch ata Hashem mechayat meitim. Blessed are you Hashem that revives the dead. Since a woman who forgot to say Birkot HaShachar during the day, and there is an obligation on every single woman to daven at least one prayer of the Amidah, of the Shemona Esrei prayer once a day. Could be Shacharit, could be Mincha. Some say it could even be Aravit. But you have an obligation to daven one Shemona Esrei during the day unless you are a mother that has small children and you're occupied with them. So by the time you're going to daven, they're going to bother you. Then we're going to tell you are exempt from davening Shemona Esrei at all, because you have little kids to attend to. However, we're speaking about right now a woman, let's say her children grew up, or the children are not at home, or she's on vacation. She forgot to say Birkot HaShachar, but she went ahead and she davened the Shemona Esrei, the 18 prayer blessing. Now when she remembers that she didn't say the morning blessings, the Halacha is going to tell her, you're going to say all of the Birkot HaShachar, except the blessing of Levgerim Meitim. HaMachazir Neshama Levgerim Meitim. Because that speaks about the revival of the dead. And you already said it in the blessing of Shemona Esrei, Baruch Ata Hashem, Mechaya Meitim. You already said, blessed are you Hashem that revives the dead. Since you already said it in the blessing of Mechaya Meitim, therefore we're going to tell you, don't say the blessing of Elohai Neshama. Skip that out. You're allowed to say the other berachot from then and on. Also, when it comes to Birchot HaTorah, you're also allowed to go ahead and say it. The reason being, a woman doesn't say the Birchot of Kriyat Shema. So that's why, since you didn't say the Birchot of Kriyat Shema, therefore you're allowed to go ahead and say the Birchot HaTorah in the morning. Remember, we spoke about this before. We have two parts when it comes to Birchot HaShachar. Once you begin in the morning, you say Modani, Asher Yatzar, you have Elokai Neshama, and then you have the bracha, Baruch Ata Hashem, Anoten LaSachri Bina, etc., up all the way up until once you get to Yiraton, right? Shitatzalena Hayom Chol Yom Hayom, Azeh Panim, Umazu Panim, etc. Up to then, that's where Birkot HaShachar finishes. Now begins Birkot HaTorah. The Birkot HaTorah are three berachot. Some learn that's really two berachot because the V'harevna is part of the Al Divrei Torah because of the Vav. Doesn't matter right now. But let's say the three Berachot Torah that we have is Al Divrei Torah, HaMelamed Torah Lamo Yisrael, and then Noten Torah. Those three Berachot comes, Rav Yitzchak Yosef Sultan says, you are obligated to say it if you forgot to say it in the morning and you went ahead and you davened Shemona Esrei, you are obligated to go ahead and say the Berachot Torah. Why? Because since you don't say the blessing of the Kriyat Shema, so it comes out that you didn't get the Berachot Torah included. I'll give you an example. If a guy went ahead and he missed Birkot HaShachar in the morning. And he didn't say Birkot HaTorah in the morning. Now he went down with the whole Shacharit. Now after the davening, he remembered that he didn't do Birkot HaShachar and he didn't do Birkot HaTorah. What is the halacha going to tell this guy? We're going to tell him the same thing we say to the woman. When it comes to the bracha of HaMachazir Neshamot L'Gvarim Mitim, that you can say because you already said the bracha of Mechayim Mitim in Shemona Esrei. But when it comes to the brachot of the Torah, that he cannot say. He loses those bracha. Why? Because we as men do say the brachot of Kriyat Shema. And one of them is Ahavat Olam. Right? So I want to read for you something over here. So we can have a better understanding when you look into the Birkot HaShachar. Right? We say like this. Ahavat Olam, Ahavatan Hashem Elkeinu Lechem L'Gedulah V'terech Hamalta Oleinu Avinu Malkeinu Ba'ur. Let me just get to the... Oh, here we go. V'talmidemu Chukei Chayim לעשות רצונך בלב שלום, כן תחנן אמינו ורחמן, המרחם רחם נעלינו. Here we go. ותן בלבנו בינה להבין, להשכיל, לשמור, ללמוד, וללמד, לשמור, ולעשות, ולקיים. So basically in this bracha of the bracha of Ahavat Olam, we have over here like the berachot of the Torah, because we do say over here, Hashem teaches the law of the ways of life, to be able to do your will with a complete heart. Favor us, have mercy on us, place in our hearts to understand, to become educated, to hear, to learn, to teach, to guard, to do. So basically, the bracha Ahavat Olam, since we conclude this bracha of Ahavat Olam with saying Baruch Ata Hashem HaBocher B'Moiso B'Ahava, with Hashem's name, so it's as if we men actually went ahead and we said this bracha of the Torah over here. So that's why when a person, if a guy forgot to do Birkot HaShachar and he forgot to do Birkot HaTorah, and now he went and he davened the whole Shacharit prayer, we're going to tell him he loses the blessing of HaMachazir Neshamot L'Gvarim Mitim, and he loses the blessing of Birkot HaTorah. However, by woman it's different. She only loses the blessing of HaMachazir Neshamot L'Gvarim Mitim. But when it comes to the blessings of the Torah, she has to say them, because she doesn't say the blessings of the Kriyat Shema. Continues Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shutani says, Isha sheshachacha levaret Birkot HaShachar baboker. A woman who forgot to bless the morning blessings in the morning, Yochala levarech Birkot Eila b'meshech hayom va'afilu im shka'ah hachama. ובלבד שלא יזה סמך לשנת לילה, כי איך תאמר פוקח עברים בעוד שהיא עומדת לישון. We have over here a very big problem. I'll tell you why. He says it like this. First of all, let's see what the halacha says. A woman who forgot to bless the morning blessings, she's able to go ahead and bless the morning blessings all day long, throughout the day, even after sunset. Now we have to understand, we're talking about where she still didn't daven Shemona Esrei. If she did daven Shemona Esrei, then the previous halacha kicks in. She loses one of the berachot of HaMachazir, Neshamot L'Gvarim Mitim, and also the blessing of Asher Yatar. She can't also say if 72 minutes has passed since the last time she went and used the facility. However, the Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shutani says over here, we allow you to even go ahead, and Rabotah, it's not so pashut, it's a very big argument if you're allowed to go ahead and do the morning blessings even after sunset. For sure you're allowed to do it all day long. But when it comes after sunset, Rav Yitzchak Yosef says you could even do it after sunset. What about when the stars came out? When it's night, can you still do it or not? There is a machlok, and if you look into Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shlita in Simon Menvav in his Sefer Yakud Yosef, he brings down over there that there are some rabbis that want to learn that after the stars came out, you are no longer allowed to say Birkot HaShachar. However, other rabbis want to learn that after the 3 stars came out, you are allowed to go ahead and say Birkot HaShachar. He concludes, he says, if you want to go ahead and say it, you have what to rely on. You're able to go ahead and rely and depend on those opinions that allow you to say the Birkot HaShachar after when the 3 stars came out. However, he makes a very important point. Just make sure that when you're saying the Birkot HaShachar, even if you're doing it after sunset and after when it's already night, Just make sure it's not close to when you are going to sleep at night. Why? Because if, let's say right now, you're going to sleep at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., and you just remembered you didn't say Birkot HaShachar, so we're going to tell you, you can say everything, correct? Good, but there's a problem, Rabotai. Because what's going to be, Ki ech tomar pokech ivrim be'od shi omed lishon. How is she going to say the blessing of that Hashem, you open up my eyes while she's going right now? She's getting herself ready to go to sleep. So therefore, we will allow you to go ahead and do the Birkot HaShachar. You have the oration the whole day. After sunset, even according to some opinions, after once the stars came out, but make sure that it's not close to the time you are going to sleep. Rabotai, there's one more halacha, and this we will conclude. Isha shikamam mishinata achar hatzot laila. A woman went to sleep early in the day, in the first half of the night. She went to sleep, and now she wakes up after midnight. Ve'enu chozert l'shon, but she doesn't want to go to sleep. Yochola levarech az et kol ha-berachot ha-shachar u'birkot ha-Torah. You are already allowed to go ahead and bless all the morning blessings and the blessings of the Torah after Chatzot. Again, a woman went to sleep, let's say, at 6 p.m. was already dark, whatever it is, doesn't matter. She went to sleep the first half of the night. She woke up 1 o'clock in the morning. She doesn't want to go to sleep. She has a lot to prepare, Shabbat, work, whatever it is. She wants to exercise, no problem. Can she begin to say, after Chatzot Laila, after midnight, can she begin to go ahead and say the Birkot HaShachar and the Birkot HaTorah? Absolutely. You are allowed to go ahead and do it,